Good evening to you. Mark Sudduth, HurricaneTrack.com, here with your Hurricane Pro and HD video blog for the 7th day of August 2013. I was on the road today, but I wanted to record a video post nonetheless. Take a look at what's going on out there. Got a yellow area outlined here. 0% chance of development. And right down here, passing through the Southeast Caribbean Sea. Why won't this develop? Well, if you look at the satellite loop of the area, environmental conditions just not conducive down here right now. A little bit of dry air still in the area, upper level winds just not favorable, low level convergence, the ability of the system to basically pile up the air around itself and make that air rise. Just a lot of things stacked against it so that it's got a 0% chance of development. Why did they mention it if it has no chance of development? Well, it is a tropical wave moving through here, and there are people who live in these islands, the Lesser Antilles, and they needed to be aware of this tropical wave's passage with its winds, gusty winds in some of those thunderstorm complexes, and it's just more of an informational tidbit and almost an oh, and by the way, it's not going to develop into anything significant. The rest of the Atlantic Basin, nice and quiet. Pretty dry, stable conditions out across the tropical Atlantic. A little bit of convective activity, sporadic in the Gulf of Mexico. That old frontal boundary now draped way out in the Atlantic. And that right there, you can see it turning pretty apparently there. It's easy to spot. An upper level low pressure system. In the eastern Pacific, we do have a couple of systems to watch. Here's Hurricane Henriette, and it is going to be moving off to the, look at that, west-southwest to southwest over time, and it's a hurricane. Let me show you this model plot here from Hurricane Analytics, our partner Mike Watkins. You can see the cone of uncertainty right here outlined in the yellow, and then the official forecast track sort of right down the middle of the guidance envelope, and then you see the rest of the model guidance here. Pretty easy to spot, and they're all showing this southwest. Basically, you're south of due west. Due west is 270 degrees on a bearing, a compass bearing, and this will be moving to the south of west, mainly because it's going to weaken and be steered more by the low-level flow of the surface high that's sitting out across the central Pacific. That, my friends, is Hawaii, so Henriette going to pass well to the south of Hawaii, may bring some swells that generate from the system. Those will radiate out from the center and maybe head towards Hawaii and bring some increase in swell activity there. We also have in the eastern Pacific, when I mention this, another area trying to develop, 20% chance right now. Fairly potent looking system right here well off the coast of Mexico. This will probably go on to develop. The eastern Pacific really busy. Once the activity there dies down and we stop getting development out here, I believe the Atlantic will start to come to life. But for now, things are nice and quiet, nothing to worry about. As we approach the weekend, it's going to be nice and quiet as well. We'll talk more about that in the coming days. But it looks like a quiet pattern persisting as we approach the mid part of the month. After that time, especially after August 20th, I believe things are going to start to get busy, which is climatologically what we would look for in any case, right? All right, have a good rest of your Wednesday evening. Again, I am Mark Sudduth, HurricaneTrack.com, my site. Always a privilege and an honor to do these videos for you on Hurricane Pro and the iPad version, Hurricane HD. I'll be back with more for you tomorrow.